Focus continues to be on the energy issue, and will the government get that deal they're hoping for by the end of the week? Let's get all the latest with our political editor, Andrew Clennell. Andrew, the Prime Minister is in isolation with COVID, but still working and still hoping to land that deal, isn't he?
It gives him another couple of days, Kieran. So Prime Minister Anthony Albanese with COVID, and so the state's premiers and chief ministers have had to cancel their flights to Sydney for dinner at Kirribilli House tonight. But what this does is give the federal government another couple of days to try to seal an energy deal with the states before a virtual national cabinet meeting now scheduled for Friday. The federal government wants to cap the gas price, but it wants the New South Wales and Queensland governments to cap the coal price to bring down electricity bills. And from my understanding, what is being worked out between the PM and the New South Wales and Queensland Premiers is how much money the federal government hands over to make it happen. So I'm not getting the impression the feds will not stump up over this. The question is how much? I understand the PM has had a couple of conversations with Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk, and he spoke on Sunday with the New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet. Of course, the federal government can do the gas price cap without the states, but that won't help households. Put simply, the gas cap is seen as more about manufacturers and businesses. The proposed coal price cap, more about households. Now, I'm told in the national electricity market, the power price is determined by coal around 70% of the time, gas around 20% of the time, and renewables around 6% of the time. Anyway, the PM was pretty frank today from ISO about how he might be having different private conversations with Palaszczuk and Perrottet than we are hearing from them in public.
You've got to draw a distinction between what premiers and some states say in public in order to promote their own position and what is actually happening. And what's been happening is very constructive dialogue.
But I'm hearing the situation with New South Wales is tenuous. Will we see a situation where New South Wales, which has a pre-election budget in February, have to do the job themselves on rebates, as that government is concerned the caps might not be passed on to consumers and that those price decreases would certainly not be passed on in time? The other option for the feds down the track, if a coal price cap deal cannot be struck, is direct subsidies onto electricity bills. And the other issue we may see with a hot summer becoming apparent is the prospect of some blackouts, Kieran. Governments will be working very hard to try to avoid that.